What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I thank you for taking the time. We're back again. Just talked to you shortly ago here, talking about the injury report, and right when I got off, found out the Eagles worked out a couple of players. So we're going to talk about it quickly, but I appreciate all of you taking the time, whether you're watching this live, watching this later. Any questions, comments that you have, leave them down below, and I'd love to talk some birds with you. But we worked out two players, so let's get right into it. Two offensive linemen. So people asking the question, why are we working out offensive linemen? What the hell's going on here? So we're going to talk about all that. We're going to get to talk a little bit about Parker Ferguson and Keaton Sutherland, not to be mistaken with Lost Boys, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, I read it. I was like, wait, what? So what is going on, Jadis? Nice to see you again. My man, Drew. I'm back whenever there is Eagles news. If I can be home and I can make it, I'm going to make it. So appreciate you guys, and I actually do have to get heading out here pretty shortly, but got this together as quickly as I could. Wanted to talk about it quick. So any questions you have, let's have at it, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get this started. Now, the reason I feel that this is happening is because Coyote, forgot the E in there, Coyote Awasika threw this together real fast, tossed him on the list. You see the list of players that have signed to other teams. Most of those guys are on practice squads, but Coyote Awasika actually ended up on the Lions active roster, which you need to do if you're going to sign someone off of their practice squad. So you see that there is now a hole in the Eagles practice squad. So you have an open roster spot. You see there are 16 guys here. Only thing is Matt Leo does not count the International Player Program exemption. So we have room for another guy. So why not try out these offensive linemen? So we brought in two offensive linemen, two different kind of guys. Versatile, though. We always know versatility is the name of the game, especially, when it comes to the trenches. So really excited about that. So we signed them to no, their workouts. Not mad at me either. We don't. So with Coyote Awasika signing to the Lions, now we have an open roster spot. You have Cameron Tom and LaRaven Clark as some veterans there in the practice squad. So now looking at some guys on the practice squad. So you see Parker Ferguson here. He's got some versatility, played mostly tackle and left tackle at Air Force, but he did play some guard, played some right tackle. So he's a versatile kid, 23 years old, 6'4", 306 pounds. He was undrafted last year, but the Jets signed him, and they just let go of him not too long ago. So the Eagles go ahead, grab somebody to check out. We'll see. And, if his workout goes well, if they sign him tonight, we'll be talking in depth more about him. And if it's tomorrow, then we'll be doing that. But there is a spot on the practice squad. So again, trying to add a versatile offensive lineman. Now the other is Keaton Sutherland, more of an interior offensive lineman, a guard who can play center, 25 years old, been playing the last few years, most recently on San Francisco's practice squad. No cool action picture there. Okay. But 6'5", 316 pounds, undrafted in 19 out of Texas A&M. But he was undrafted. He was an undrafted signing by the Bengals in that year, and then has been off and on with them. And then the Dolphins. And then, of course, as I just mentioned, most recently with the 49ers. So you've got some versatility here with these offensive linemen. And, the reason I mentioned the practice squad, all those other things, is because people are going to say, well, why would you be doing that? Why would you bring an offensive lineman? We all know the Eagles offensive line is the best in the game. Let's take a gander at the line here. You see Mailata and Johnson. Yes, best tackle duo in the game. But unfortunately, Dillard and Toth, the replacements here, on IR and PUP, respectively. So you've got some injuries there, but we luckily have some versatile offensive linemen. Josh Sills, Jack Driscoll, who can kick out, play a little bit of tackle. Sua Opeta, he can hold it down in the middle there. So you've got some guys here that are definitely great depth pieces. Same goes for Cam Jurgens. Can't wait to see him take over eventually for Jason Kelsey. So that offensive line is good to go. But when you have, your backup left tackle get placed on IR, and then, one of your backups on the practice squad signed to another team, you kind of have a hole. So we're going to see if one of these guys gets signed. If not, well, then they'll work out some other guys and figure out who the best man is. And may the best man make the team. Nobody stops the USA Air Force. Let's go. So he is somebody that, also brings versatility. So again, if we sign one of these guys, I will break them down more in depth. But I wanted to jump on board this thing before, it got carried away because people go, why are we signing linemen? Practice squad. Every single rep matters. Every practice snap matters, all that stuff. So you want to make sure you have guys on the practice squad in case anything else were to happen. You need to bring somebody up. You have guys familiar with the system. So we shall see if the Philadelphia Eagles decide to go ahead and sign one of those versatile guys, whether they feel they have more of a need for a guy that can play that tackle and guard or a guy that can play more guard center. We shall see if one of these guys can make that practice squad or the active roster, because remember, the Eagles do have an active roster spot open as well. So let's see how good they do if they can make either. But if they do, I will be back to let you know. But let me hear your thoughts down below about these guys. You have maybe some more information. You're a fan of the team. You have some in-depth something on them. Let me hear it. Would love to. If we sign one of them, I'll do some more in-depth studying on them. But just wanted to let you all aware that this is why we are working them out with Coyote Awasika heading to Detroit and Andre Dillard on the IR, unfortunately. But if you need anything, you can always reach out to me. I truly appreciate each and every one of you taking the time today. But I will be back if anything happens. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you're all having yourselves a great night, though. I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. And until next time, you stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!